Hey, Elvis Cup Guy here. Hey, you guys are going to want to stay tuned and watch this entire video all the way through. I've got some rare Elvis footage for you, some Elvis Cup Guy interview footage from 2006, and some memorabilia of mine. So, about the Elvis footage, real quick, New Year's Eve, 1976, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Elvis singing a little bit of Polk Salad Annie, and he does some karate. He's in rare form. Also, May 2nd, 1977, Elvis leaving the stage. I've got an Elvis Cup Guy, myself, interview from 2006, I think done at the beach in Wilmington, North Carolina, I believe. Also, there was an article done by the National Enquirer in 1974, the famous one that pissed Elvis off, that said, Elvis, 40, paunchy, fat, paranoid. Anyway, I'm gonna show you that original headline from the original paper. And last but not least, a couple rare photos. Maybe you've seen them before, but the story behind them, taken at KERR's or KARR's gun store, sporting goods store in 1974, and something pisses Elvis off, and you're gonna see it in the photo. So anyway, all that stuff is coming up, and it's gonna start now. All right, I'm getting ready to flip this camera around and show you the rare article from 1974, National Enquirer, Elvis, 40, fat, paranoid, and it's the one that really got him pissed off. So anyway, I'm gonna turn this thing around and show it to you now.
Okay, this is interesting. This really got on Elvis's nerves. This is the famous National Enquirer from 1974, November 19th, 1974. And if you look, Elvis at 40, paunchy, depressed, and living in fear. Middle age has put a punchy roll around rock and roll king Elvis Presley. Shown on a recent tour, Presley is plagued by an intense fear of being kidnapped, shot, insiders reveal. They couldn't believe the fatigued, depressed, and awful-looking Presley they saw, and there's a story inside. So anyway, that's the famous Enquirer cover that really ticked Elvis off. Okay, I'm gonna save the mystery photo.
All right, coming up now, Elvis Presley is getting ready to sing a little bit of Polk Salad Annie, New Year's Eve, 1976, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here comes the king. All right, coming up next, part 1 of 2, interview with me, the Elvis Cup Guy, done back in 2006 in Wilmington, North Carolina, coming up now.
But it is a North Carolinian that has a cup that is tied to Elvis. WECT News 6's Sarah Warlick joins us now live with more. Alrighty, Sarah, how exactly is this cup tied to Elvis?
Well, first of all, Kim, you might be interested to know that the cup looks a lot like this. But Wade Jones, he's from the Charlotte area, and he says that his cup was actually drank out of by Elvis back in 1977 at a concert in Charlotte. Now, Jones was at that show for his 13th birthday and wanted a souvenir after the show. Well, he couldn't get past security to get the scarf that Elvis was handing out, but he did manage to get them to hand him a cup when he asked for it. Now, he kept the water that was remaining in it and put it in the freezer until the mid-1980s. Now, recently, he pulled that water out and received $455 for the remaining 3 tablespoons when he sold it on eBay. Now he's selling appearances of the cup and got $3,000 for his appearance at a charity in Colorado. While the whole thing may sound like just a bizarre story, Jones says that the cup is legitimate.
People have asked me, well, how can you prove that that's the cup Elvis drank out of? Well, I've got photograph of Elvis holding the cup, and I have a photograph of him beside the cup. Plus, I've got all the proof that I actually went to the concert, and then the fact that the cup is, almost 28 years old. I don't know why I would hold on to a cup for 28 years.
And many of these styrofoam cups are made by the manufacturer Dart. And if you look on the bottom, you'll see that they have a series of numbers on them. The manufacturer checked them out and verified that the cup is over 27 years old. Bob and Kim, back to you.
Okay, all right. I guess it's authentic then. Thanks for that report.
Coming up next, the rare photos taken at KERR's or KARR's sporting goods store, gun store back in 1974, and something pissed Elvis off, and you'll see it in the photos. So anyway, I'm getting ready to show you right now.
In 1974, at KARR's sporting goods store in Beverly Hills or Los Angeles area, California, there are two theories that happened on this day. First theory is that Elvis was at the KARR's sporting goods store, and he was inside looking at guns. As you can see, he's at the counter. There's Sonny West, and Elvis has taken his glasses off, and he's talking to fans. And you can see that he's having a conversation. I see a Kempo karate patch on his jacket, and looks like he's, like I said, talking to a female fan. And then shortly after this picture was taken, there's a confrontation, and you can see that some of the Memphis Mafia are holding Elvis back, and he's obviously upset, and he's been provoked or is arguing with someone. So first theory is the store owner noticed that there was a crowd gathering around Elvis, and it was disrupting the store, and he said something to Elvis about it in the store, which got Elvis upset, and the bodyguards had to hold Elvis back. And you can see that Elvis is pretty upset here a few seconds later after this photo was taken. Now, second theory is Elvis was in KARR's sporting goods store, 1974, in Hollywood or Beverly Hills, Los Angeles area, and he was looking at guns. You see, like I said, Sonny West there, and the photographer snapping pictures of Elvis kind of got Elvis a little upset, but he didn't really say anything. But when they got outside, the photographer, trying to get provoke a response from Elvis, said something to him that got Elvis upset enough that the bodyguards had to hold Elvis back. And Elvis is obviously visibly upset here, and like I said, you can see they're holding him back. So, two theories on this series of two photos here. One theory is that the store owner didn't like a crowd gathering and causing a commotion in the store, said something to Elvis, and Elvis got upset. Theory number two, it was paparazzi in the store, and they were taking pictures of Elvis, and they said something, or the photographer said something to provoke Elvis outside the store, and Elvis got upset. So, two theories, but for sure, it was 74, KARR's Drugstore, Beverly Hills, California.
All right, part two, Elvis is going to finish out Polk Salad Annie, and hey, wait to the very end of this little segment. He is going to do some karate. He is in rare form coming up now. All right, part 2, interview with the Elvis Cup Guy, me, done in 2006 in Wilmington, North Carolina, coming up next.
Elvis may have left the building for good, but what he's left behind is piquing some people's curiosity right now.
Yes, and of course it all started on eBay. WECT News 6.
There's Viva Las Vegas.
WECT News 6's Sarah Warlake joins us now live with the details. Sarah, what does a styrofoam cup have to do with Elvis?
Well, Wade Jones, he's from outside of Charlotte. He claims that a styrofoam cup that looks like one of these was actually used by Elvis in 1977 during one of his shows. Now let's take a look at the actual cup that he says Elvis drank out of. He says he drank out of it as he introduced his band during a concert in Charlotte in 1977. Jones was at the concert for his 13th birthday and wanted a souvenir after the show. Well, he couldn't get past security to get one of the scarves that Elvis was throwing out, but he did manage to convince one of the security officers to hand him a cup when he asked for it. Now, there was some water remaining in it, and he didn't dump it out. Instead, he took it home, put it in his freezer, where it stayed until the mid-80s. Now, recently, he got $455 for the remaining 3 tablespoons of water in it when he sold it on eBay. Now he's selling appearances of the cup and got $3,000 for his appearance at a charity in Colorado. Now, while the whole thing may sound like a bizarre story, Jones says that the cup is legitimate and that he's taken a lot of heat over it in the past years.
And, like 14, 15 years old, all my friends were listening to, Led Zeppelin and Boston, and there I am playing Elvis music and wanting to show them my styrofoam cup that I've got in the freezer. So it was kind of tough. And
he can verify that the cup is real because he talked to the manufacturer. They checked out the serial number that you'll find at the bottom of any styrofoam cup, and they said that it is, in fact, from the same time period, or actually it was made before the 1977 show, so it could be, in fact, the cup that Elvis drank out of. And then coming up in the next half hour, Wade Jones will be here, and we can ask him exactly how he got his hands on this cup and hear the rest of the story. Bob and Ken, back to you.
We cannot wait.
Sarah, thanks very much. Well, Elvis is...
All right, as promised, here comes Elvis leaving the stage. May 2nd, 1977, Chicago, Illinois. He's going to close this out, but hey, let me just say this first. I want to thank you guys for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button, hit the notification bell. You will be notified whenever I put on a new video. And by the way, here's the damn Elvis Cup mobile. But anyway, without any further delay, here comes Elvis leaving the stage to close us out.